A little nonsense is what I need. Now if you wanna get the best of me.
Today I've got another great beginner drone that I'm going to share with you. Hi, I'm Bill and welcome back to the channel. For those of you who are my regular viewers, you know that I usually do things with more advanced drones, but I want to show the other end of the spectrum, the entry level that you can get some of your friends interested in flying without putting your expensive drones in jeopardy. This drone that I have for you today is actually an amazing drone for what it costs. It comes with 2 batteries, it comes with the drone itself, the remote controller. All you need to do is get yourself a cell phone, which you probably have, and 3 AAA batteries. This drone actually features a 4K camera. It's not the greatest because it's a beginner drone, but it actually will get your feet wet and get you flying. It'll teach you the principles of flying. This is not a GPS drone. It actually uses a sensor, and we're going to talk about that, how that works here in a few minutes once we get this in the air. But the thing that you've been waiting for is, how much does this cost? Well, at the time of filming this, which is December 2025, it was actually on sale for $75. The normal retail price is $100. It's available on Amazon, and I'll put a link in the description below. The folks at Ameta actually sent me this drone to review. I was a little skeptical at first, but I tell you, once I flew it, it's a lot of fun to have around, especially for the price. It's basically half the cost of a trip to Walmart, and you can have fun for hours and hours because of the rechargeable batteries. Let's go ahead and get this in the air and start flying. To get the S20 Lite in the air, the first thing you want to do is ready your remote controller like I have here. You flip out the bottom on it, you put your cell phone in the top. I've already downloaded the app. I'm going to pull down on my quick shortcut here, and I'm going to hit my Ameta app. And then you go to connections here. Well, what I want to do is turn on my remote controller by holding down the button till it beeps. Then I'm going to press down the button on the top of the drone. You hear it has the tones, so it sets up. We'll go to connections here. We'll choose the drone. And it's saying it failed there. Now, if you do get this error, I found this before, it's actually very easy to set up. Once you've hooked this to your Wi-Fi network, you can see that there's the Ameta S20 Lite. We'll hook to that. We'll go ahead and we'll crash all the apps here, and we'll start again. These things do happen. This is using a Wi-Fi connection between the cell phone and the remote controller. It can also use a Wi-Fi connection between the drone itself and your cell phone. You can fly it with just your cell phone. You can fly it with just the remote controller here, or you can fly it with both like we're going to do here. Now you notice the icon says start. So we're going to click the start there. We can see that we have everything here is ready to go. I'll go ahead and move my screen recorder over here a little bit. To get the drone in the air, there's several ways we can do it. On the remote controller here, we have an auto takeoff and land button. So let's go ahead and try that for first. We're just going to press this, and the drone starts, and then it automatically takes off, as you see here. It hovers nice and steady because this actually uses an optical flow sensor in the bottom of the drone. This drone does not have GPS, and of course for the price you're not going to expect it to have GPS, but as you can see here, it actually hovers nicely. To show you how the optical flow works, if you put your hand under it and I move my hand, see how the drone actually moved because it thought my hand was the ground. I'm going to bump it forward slightly here, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to press and hold the auto land button. I've let off of that, and now it automatically lands. The next way we can automatically take off is moving the sticks down and out or down and in. So I'm going to move the sticks down and out like a conventional drone would be. So this is great practice if you get into a more expensive drone. And then I'm just going to give it some throttle up with my left stick. Now it takes off. The drone right now is in the advanced mode. You can see here I got my speed on 2. It's a little windier here today, so I want to leave it on 2. But you can actually go into your settings here in the upper right hand corner, and you can take it out of beginner mode. As you see, I have beginner mode off. There's also controls here, camera settings, and then the flight records. And you can see I've flown this quite a bit. I've gotten used to it. It took a little bit of time. But overall, for the price, you can't hardly beat this. So let's go ahead and let's just fly this around a little bit. And you can see the video on the screen is kind of hard to see, but I'm just flying at line of sight, which is great practice to learn how to fly a drone. It holds its altitude very well. It almost stops. Now a GPS drone is going to stop very rapidly. When you let off of the stick like here, you can see it does stop, but it still drifts around. It's because of the optical sensors. Now if I lower it down to the ground here, it's actually going to do a better job because the sensor will see the ground better. And see how that stops a little bit faster? But you need to be aware of that when you're flying the drone. Now, the other thing you can do, let me go over some of the safety features here on the drone. So let's just say that and to land the drone, I'm just going to pull the stick down here as we see. So I'm going to go ahead and land on our landing pad. Let's say there's been a crash, that the drone is somewhere. You can actually hit this stop button here and hold it down and it'll beep. And let's just go ahead and demonstrate that for you all. So if you've gotten crashed somewhere or you're really not sure and you want to stop the drone immediately, you hold the stop button down and it just turns off the propellers and falls out of the sky, which is a great safety feature there. The next thing that we want to do is, let's just say we've done that and we now need to locate the drone, but it's actually out of sight. All we need to do is hold the stop and the takeoff button simultaneously. Now as we walk over to the drone, you hear it starts that tone again, which is the ESC startup tone. This will help you locate your drone and hopefully you don't lose it at that point in time. To stop it there, you can hold the stop button down, or I'll hold both of the buttons down again. So now that that's stopped there. The next thing we can do with this, which is a lot of fun, I really do like this, we're going to go ahead and we're going to take off. The drone may need to be reset here because as you see, it's not taking off. I'm going to hold down the auto takeoff button and the drone itself will not start again. So what I'm going to do is unpower the drone by pressing down on the top. And these are things that with a lesser expensive drone like this, now the remote controller's sounding because it's not connected to the drone. We're going to hold down the power button once again. And you see how fast it hooks up there. Now the app still needs to hook up here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to shortcut it by going to my network here. We're going to wait for the drone to show up. It's there. We'll touch on that. I'll click done on that, swipe back up, and you see down here at the bottom, all my icons are white and we're ready to go. You can do a video by touching the screen there, or you can actually touch this button on the top of the remote control. You have a picture taking, and you can change the gimbal angle by these buttons on the right-hand side of the control. As you saw there, you can adjust the angle of your cell phone there. This is the indicator to show you how much battery is left in the drone, and it does come with 2 batteries. They charge extremely easily with a USB-C connector. You just want to make sure that you don't overcharge them as far as the amount of power going in. They recommend a maximum of a 2 amp USB-C connector to charge the battery. If you use a higher wattage one or a higher amperage one, it's going to degrade the battery faster, and you want it to last as long as possible. It wasn't that expensive, but still you want it to last longer. So what we'll do is we're going to take off here, and I like taking off manual because that's the way I do it usually. And as you can see, it hovers very nicely here. The thing that I think is really cool about this actually has a 3D flip function. This button here on the remote controller, if I just press that, you'll hear it beep. Once it starts beeping, whichever way I move this right-hand joystick, it's going to flip. So if I press down on that button and then move forward, it flips forward. Press on the button, move back, press on the button, move to the right, and I'm going to go ahead and bring the drone back over here to the right a little bit. And one of the things when you're learning how to fly a drone that's nice is keep it facing in the direction you're looking. So if I were to turn the drone around, as you see here, my right is left and my left is right. And that's very good practice, but as you're getting started flying a drone, keep the drone oriented in the direction that you're looking at it. It makes it a lot easier. So there's a lot of neat things, but this is going to give you a lot of practical experience flying a drone, controlling a drone. And then let's just go ahead and we'll go up here a little bit. We'll play with the gimbal angle a little bit here. We'll just move this down and we'll get a shot of the air park here. Let's go up a little higher. We'll get a shot of the runway here. I'm going to move the camera angle back up just a little bit. That looks like a nice shot there. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to touch the screen and we're going to take a picture here. I'll go ahead and put this picture on the screen, and let's go ahead and start recording some video here. This does have an internal SD card, which I've put in, and you can actually format that over here on the right-hand side. This is going to actually record to the SD card itself. So I'm going forward, and as you can see, it's not a stabilized gimbal, but it's not bad by any stretch for the price of this drone. The clarity is extremely good. The reason it jumped up there is because when I let off the forward momentum there, or forward distance, the camera angle actually changes. So we're going to come back here. So we're going to go ahead and turn that off. Let's go ahead and bring this guy in for an auto landing here, or a manual auto landing. Now you want to make sure when you start flying this, you fly it in a wide open area so you don't have any problem with hitting anything. You can fly this indoors, so if you've got like a garage and you don't have your cars in it, that might be a good place to start, because then you don't have any wind to contend with. But as you see, it actually is stable once it's close to the ground, and that optical flow sensor works. So let's go ahead and we're just going to hold the control stick down and land the drone. The propellers automatically shut off. All we need to do is turn the remote controller off here by holding down on it. And then walk over to our drone and hold the power button down. Then all we need to do is fold our arms up. And that's nice with the way they've done this, where it folds up nice and small. It's easy to transport, and it's got that great case there. Now that we've got this Ameta S20 Lite back on the ground, if you've made it this far in the video, I certainly would appreciate it if you could hit that thumbs up button and maybe subscribe for more content like this. Let me know in the comments below what you think about this drone, and do you think it's a good candidate for a beginner drone? I feel it's a great candidate. I know there's a lot of them on the market, but this one, because of the rechargeable batteries, I really do like it. The fact that it has the carrying case, the remote controller, it hooks up real quick, as you saw there in the flight part of the video. And I really think it's a great thing, especially for the price. If you can catch it on sale, even better. Thanks again for watching, and we'll definitely catch you on the next one.